Live. And we're live. Hello, 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 and a warm and a big welcome to MUSC Red Devils NCR. We have an epic stream loading for you guys because I have a very, very special guest with me. Well, obviously, a renowned sports anchor, but more importantly, a fun loving, a positive human. Love his style, love his vibe, but most importantly, bro, love your pop star, the Scuba Chinu version wala YouTube video, man. What a
Oh,
legend.
thank you, bro. You've done your research. That video is
I
old,
have.
my man. Wow, I'm impressed. Thank you, bro. I'm flattered.
Man, Slow Cheetah and Jim Saro, all of them loading them punches there. It
Yeah.
was so fun. It was so fun. Legend, man, legend.
Thank you,
So,
thank you.
as you guessed, this is all right. Let me do it in the WWE style. I have the one, the only Scuba Chinu. Welcome, buddy.
That's
Welcome.
hard, bro. That's hard. I forgot we're doing a United podcast. I thought some MMA shit, dude. I love it. I love the energy.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, brother? How's life?
Bro, I'm not doing well. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have a shitty little cold right now. So if you see me suddenly going and sneezing into my trusted hanky, don't judge me. I might or might not have been crying since we've lost that shit show of a game. I woke up today with a little bit of positivity, and then the Sancho fiasco slapped me in the face. Well, how do you think I'm doing, Antariksha? I'm not doing too well right now, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like minus the cold, reciprocated all, man. Reciprocated all, but and maybe double the tears there. So yeah, as a fun fact, we were at a screening hosted by this MUSC Red Devils NCR as well, and we all cried in a group there, man. What a shit show of a game, as you just said. So, what were your feelings going into the game? Like, if we start off with that.
I'll tell you what, I was fresh off. I've been doing a bunch of stuff. First of all, shout out to this page, guys. Love the content and love the fact that you guys are building a very strong community for our club, which is phenomenal to see. I mean, I don't see any other fan clubs, at least in India, who are this, just loving and caring. And like you said, bro, you cry together and then you get happy quicker. So about yesterday, man. I've been very vocal about a shit show of a transfer window we've had purely because of a lack of outgoings. We all knew that we didn't have enough money to buy the A plus plus category players. We went for a Harry Kane, but I mean it was never going to happen. So
Yeah.
first of all, not very happy, and then you've got a style of play that's completely changed with the change of keeper. So I was not too optimistic. I genuinely thought for us getting 1 point yesterday was good enough. I mean, start building, start slow but start strong. And man, it was hard luck, yeah, that the Garnacho offside just. I mean, again, I can't hold it against Arsenal because they were the better team, but I mean, those little few inches or a foot and a half would have made a massive difference if we got 3 points. Having said that, a lot of gaping issues. If this Antariksh is our, and guys, in the comments, please let me know because I might be wrong, right? Me and Antariksh are not pundits. I've just been blessed to work with some of the best in the industry, so I have a little bit of an analytical mind. But if this is our big transition phase, how the fuck, and excuse my French, but how the fuck do we have Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire helming your back four? I mean, that I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, bro, but it baffles my mind that we could not get anybody but a 35-year-old group. Johnny Evans is a great lad. I love him as a human being. He doesn't fit into Manchester bloody United, dude. I mean, I'm going to jump off the rail here and go away from the Arsenal game for a second and say Sergio Ramos was a free agent. I mean, he would have done a better job than Johnny Evans, man. And another thing about yesterday's game that I saw before my thoughts before the game are, yeah, if you have a style of play which is playing out from the back, quick passes, keeping the ball, and then you get these two guys when you're drawing at the Emirates, it's completely changed the game. I said, I'm gonna keep quiet now, bro. Have a sip of water because I'm upset.
Nah, this is what we wanted because you know what? You're sort of reciprocating. Each and every Man United fan has that in their heart, and they're trying to cry out loud, and probably you're the voice
Yeah.
right now. But man, as you said, like seeing our pathetic away form last season, seeing how we started this season, not in terms of points, but in terms of performances, I think I expected 1 point. बहुत मुश्किल से. If we would have gotten one
Yeah.
point, I would have been the happiest man alive. But as you said, we effed it up in the end. But what did you make of the performance? Did you think we were a bit conservative? Did you think we should have gone out of our shell a bit more, or did you think we were stable enough?
No, I think you were conservative right now by saying effed it up, bro. It's okay to be angry today. You're being conservative, dude. No, I'm saying, you know what, guys, whoever's watching, thank you first of all for tuning in or whenever you guys watch it. But it's okay to be angry. We don't have to be the guys. Come on, no problem. You're
Yeah,
allowed as fans. We make the club to be pissed off, saying, "Where are my? What is my team doing? How the fuck are they behaving and doing this style of football?" It baffles me. And
yeah,
yeah, man, I think a point would have been fantastic, but I don't think we were conservative. We were off the blocks. There were a few times I felt initially where the ball was being held by the defense, so they were absorbing the attack very well. But then one of them would just shoot a long ball and you've lost possession. So the entire hard work. But that got into place after a while, man. After the 35th, 40th minute, it was looking like we had our chances. We
yeah.
had we had the moment Garnacho came in, there was a new speed infused in the style of game, and then of course those two unfortunate substitutions just did it for me, man. The Declan Rice goal, right? I would request you guys to just go watch it back right now. Just look, it's a fantastic goal. Declan Rice, phenomenal player, but he has taken a long ball that's come in. He sort of fumbled it. He wasn't in his stride to take the shot, and then in like 8 meters away, he's got time to adjust his body and then get a shot off. I mean, Johnny Evans can cry about him being fouled. It does not matter. You still have to cover that fucking shot. You cannot let someone take a shot that close to the final whistle when you're playing at the Emirates and you're drawing 1-all. It baffles me.
Absolutely. It almost seemed like time stood still. Like as the ball was coming, he was out of shape. Then he got back into shape. Then he was out of shape again, but he managed to strike it. And guess what? It struck Johnny Evans on the way itself. So I mean, to freaking go into the near post, man. Let's take some of the chat. Chat is pretty active. They have every right to be active today. The situation at United is so bad, says Mojo sir, that even God has switched off the lights at the end of the tunnel. Who does that? Who does
Mojo, you cannot. I hate to say this, but you're right, bro. It's disgusting. And what do we do? And guys, this is why I have been very vocal. I did a video with another United fan page very recently where I'm like, it's about time we start questioning Richard Arnold. It's about time we start questioning John Murdoch, our CEO and head of football operations. What are they doing? All of this is a collaborative effort of a shit show of a transfer window. Bro, you tell me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And you guys in the comments, if this happened a decade ago, right? If this happened, we used to be happily done with our transfer shopping a week in advance. The players come in, they integrate it into the United style of play. So when the season starts, you don't have a Hoyland coming in against Arsenal on a debut in the 60th minute, and he was phenomenal. I mean, for the little time he played. But this guy a week ago, it just makes me question our management. What are they doing? How are they buying these players? How is Johnny Evans in our team? Amrabat wanted to come 2.5 months ago, bro, 70 odd days. Why did it take so much time? Because they couldn't get rid of Scott McTominay. They couldn't get rid of Tony Van de Beek. They couldn't get rid of Eric Bailly. They couldn't get rid of Harry Maguire, the most expensive defender in the world. And that just shows me if you have a shit show of a transfer window, how can we, the fans, miraculously expect the
absolutely?
team to come out all guns blazing? Because football fans are smart now, dude. Back in the day, I was a dumb fan. I should be like, why haven't they scored? It's the 32nd already.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys today are smart, intellectually, all think for yourselves. So yeah, I question the management 100%.
Absolutely. And you know what? Football, at least in this modern era, starts way before it goes onto the field. It's the all of these operations, all of these staff selections and the management. It even goes down to the training facilities and the youth facilities, and everything is I'd not go conservative this time, fucked up at United, to be honest. So so you know what? I mean, you look at you obviously, बहुत ऊपर देख रहा हूं मैं, but when you look at Man City in the transfer market, I mean, they got KDB injured, and within a week, they were like, Nunez from Wolves, boom, 50 million. Okay, nahi, 60 million. Okay, nahi, 65. There you go. There's the player. Done deal. Tada, boom, gone done. They had a right winger who left. All right. They'd go for Paqueta 100. No, all right, Jeremy Doku 60. That's done. 2 3 weeks prior to the window ends, it's done. So I mean, we can only, we as United fans, we were laughing at Liverpool for selling their players. Guess what? They've had a phenomenal transition. They sold four of their pensioners, and now they've gotten four of the youngest and the brightest midfielders probably in Europe. So I mean, it's a bland time. It's a bland time, and where does it leave us? If I come to you, about last season we lost 2 games, but we had 6 points at the end of 4 games. This time we apparently had a good start, but we have 6 points at the end of 4 freaking games. What's up, man?
Well, like Man City, if you guys watch the game against Fulham, Man City, in my humble opinion, won their best. They still
Yeah,
smashed 4 past Fulham. 4-1. No, the score 4-1.
yeah,
They
yeah,
smashed, bro, on an average day, and this is what you expect from champions. And I hate to talk about other clubs on the United platform, but it's about time that we learn from our rivals. We don't compare, and it's also horrible to do that because we're in a different position. They get a lot more prize money. Their financial fair play doesn't matter to them because. But just to rewind a little bit, end of last season, right? We our biggest problem is all of the shit that we have bought. Okay, it's unfair to call them shit, but all of the not United worthy players. Let's put it nicely. They're not shit, right? They do make a wage and they earn it by working their ass off. But players who I think are not worthy of the United jersey, a lot of them, nobody wanted to buy them. What does that tell you about the depth, about the quality of our squad? Look at City, like you said, they're selling players left, right, and center because people want them. Chelsea, horrible football, but they've done some phenomenal business. No
yeah.
one wants to. The Heya doesn't have a contract. Apparently, the best goalkeeper in the world, and I love the guy, man. True servant to Manchester United, one of the best to ever do it. Love, big shout out to him. But he does not have a club. Van de Beek, again, all the names I repeated right now are not being able to be sold. And then we rejected a 60 million bid for McTominay and Maguire. That would have easily allowed us to at least buy 1 or 2 more players. And there were a lot of names being thrown in. And again, Cucurella, bro, Cucurella would have been, again, not a phenomenal player, was great at Brighton, horrible at Chelsea. Not horrible, but again, I'm angry today, so I'm going to go hyperactive, but not the best at Chelsea. He was still our best choice out of the names thrown in. Who do we get? Somebody from Tottenham who's not even getting game time there. I mean, again, it's
Yeah,
horrible.
it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Let's take up some of the chat now. Right, right. Thank you, Prakash. It's kind of you. Good to see you back. Good to see you here as well. Thoughts on Regulon? My guy just did that, and he was pretty clear in them. Uh, right. Time to
Look,
abandon.
let me say something about Regulon.
Go on.
Uh, Again, I if Ten Hag believes in someone, the one person in this entire team that I believe in right now, squad is Ten Hag. He's the only guy. So whoever right there, I've been reading a lot of chatter of late about Ten Hag out, guys. Please, you guys, this is not somewhere I'm saying in my humble opinion. Fuck that. How when I know you remember the dates better than I do, but how long did it take for Klopp to make this arsenal of a unit that he has right now? Have some patience, guys. Our team is really full of superstars right now who aren't even playing that well, who are running the team over Manchester United. And coming back to Reguilon, man, I haven't seen enough of him. If Ten Hag does believe in him, I believe in him. But it's not the best option we got. It's not the best option we got for sure. But I'm still excited to see him because that might allow Luke Shaw to come in as centre back whenever
Yeah,
he's fit, right? Which is
absolutely.
a big plus for us because he plays the ball out. He might not be the tallest, biggest unit, but he will play the ball out.
Absolutely, and you know what? We covered the same thing because people were going out. Arey, Amra bat karo pehle. Why are we going for left back? That was I had the same opinion that what it does is
Right.
it basically frees up Luke Shaw even when he's ready and when he's back in December. And we've seen with Martinez and with Varane that they are a bit itsy bitsy every 2 3 games, and we don't know if they'll be
Bro, also
they're
with Diogo Dalot because, bro, the United of old again. If we compare to the successful United that we've grown up watching, they used to
yeah,
always have 2 or 3 players fighting for the same position. That pushes you harder. Right now, Aaron Van Bissaka knows he is the top dog at the right back position, no matter what happens. And Dalot because is required at left back with Reguilon coming in. That is the positive. So I forget the name of the person who asked. that is the biggest positive. Is there will be a slight competition, a healthy competition for places that might just get us to put our fucking heads up, man.
Absolutely. And one of the better one of the better things that I liked about this deal was that we actually acted like a no nonsense club on this. We didn't give any loan fee to Reguilon's Spurs, and then we also
Yes.
said you can f off in January if you don't want to. So that is something
There
I
we go
really
with the F off again. There we go with the F
like.
off.
Apologies. Apologies for not swearing. That's the mood at United. Right now, but I mean, that was a pretty badass move, not paying any loan fee because it's not actually badass. It's what big clubs do. But हमें आदत ही नहीं
Yeah.
है of these kind of
Yeah.
deals. We're so not used to all of this. Man, Vishal comes in and says, time to abandon the RW spot at Man United. Agreed. I mean,
I love how everyone's speaking out today, dude. Good, good guys. Just keep bringing it on, and whatever questions you have, trust me. Let's all just. It's therapy for all of us. It's therapy for all of
yes.
us.
Mojisa comes back and says, we needed a striker, we got one. We needed a ball playing goalkeeper, we got one. We needed someone to support Kase, we got one. But it's the player power screwing us again. Hold it there. We'll come to that. It'll be a big segment altogether. Altogether, we will absolutely talk about it. Another poor window, says Kushagra, in terms of players being sold. We still have so much dead wood. We do. Deadwood तो भाई एकदम सूखे फॉरेस्ट से ज्यादा है
Okay.
हमारे
Yeah,
पास.
that's true. Is
Yeah, so nobody wants them
nobody?
because they are on horrendous wages for substandard players. I mean, let's talk
Who's
about it.
this guy? Who's this
You
guy, bro? You have nailed it, my friend Vishal.
call
That is it. We made that is a great point because another massive problem. Shit, I think, guys, I apologize for being so negative about United today, but I think it's just a lot of pent up frustration. So bear with me, and I hope you guys agree with at least some of the points I'm making. But a lot of the problems that come, I'm going to go back to the transfer market. We used to be happy back in the day, at least a week in advance. Right now, clubs know we get desperate towards the end. It started with Fellaini, who was supposed to be. Martial had a Ballon d'Or clause, right? So we get
as
desperate
a
players, right? Anthony, man, he's a good player. Again, a diamond in the rough. He's not worth the amount we paid. Jadon Sancho, nobody wanted. Nobody. We got him for 75 million pounds, paying him almost 300,000 quid a week. Bro, why will anyone want to do bad business? Everyone else is doing great business. We make fun of Chelsea. They've done great business. Brighton has done great business. But again, we're lagging horribly, and that is one of the biggest problems is the wages. So thank you, Vishal. You were absolutely right.
you know what, and a big again a big fuck you to the Glazers and the board there once again, because you know what, like Anthony, when there you go, green and gold, fucking Americans get it sold. So you know what, Anthony was available for around 50-60 million before Ajax released three of their players. When they've already sold 3-4 of their players, integral players, they're not going to give you Anthony for 60 then. You say
Yeah,
60 ka na, 55 le lo. They're like, no, we want 60. And then you go like a dog, 100 le lo, 100 le lo, please. Anthony, de do baba. And this is what fucking happens with United. You know what? We do these itzies for 2-3 million. Chanda collect karte hain we for 2-3 million, and then we fucking overpay 10 times of what was required, man. It's
yeah.
so irritating being a United fan. Like, trust me, like I don't know why there's this optimism every time a window opens. I don't know how kitne bade see like we there's just optimism from us, but we
Well,
know who owns us, man. Till the time that changes, don't just prioritize your
yeah.
mental health.
Let me break it down for you, bro. I think I don't know exactly what the numbers are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there is a lot of debt already. Like I think Kushagra just said. Uh, our Old Trafford is torn to bits. It needs either a complete revamp or they need to build a new stadium, which they'll have to. Carrington, a lot of news. Again, I haven't been there, but a lot of news is Carrington is not up to the mark. I mean, literally, dude, the entire influx to Saudi Arabia started because we had a bad jacuzzi and a bad chef because Ronaldo left
Yeah,
into everyone has. I read this meme somewhere, it was hilarious. But so you have to make that okay in the next 2 years. All right, you are not going to get Champions League money. You're not going to get trophy money. You're not going to get a lot of money. Nobody wants to buy our players. So till the club is sold, everyone watching raised the right question that you cannot pray for a miracle because football does not work like that anymore. A Leicester City winning the league comes once in 30 or 50 years now. It's not going to happen. It's all about the money. It's all about the players. It's all about the talent. Till we don't get that killer mentality, which is our owners who just want to count their money, it's not going to change, period.
Absolutely, absolutely. If I could divert it a bit now, so I'd like to ask you any questions on Ten Hag, not doubts. Any questions, any criticism stuff you found there?
Man, I'll tell you what, honestly, I thought about this a lot yesterday. And especially since you were kind enough to invite me today, I, my answer is no, because I genuinely think that at the start of the season, the players who he wanted, and this has
Yeah.
come from multiple sources very close to Manchester United that I've kept a tab on, he wanted Kim Min Jae, right?
Okay.
He was told that he will get a plethora of players from his what he wants, not scraps, right? Amrabat being one of them, Hoyland being one of them, with another striker. Now I feel he said, okay, if we're going to get all of that, let me get Onana right now so we can start building from the back. He's not got a lot of other positions filled in yet. We have
True.
not. If Casemiro is injured, and God knows the way he plays, his age, he will get. We look really tired already. It's just been 3 games in the season, 4 games. We look really tired. So I genuinely don't know how much of this you can put on Ten Hag as yet. He's
Hmm.
doing the best with what he can, and honestly, it takes time to build. Uh,
Yeah.
Not yet. I personally have nothing against. In fact, he has my undying loyalty right now because he performed a miracle last season. Based just on that, he has my
Absolutely.
undying support at least till the January transfer window.
Absolutely. But there you go. There's the man's opinion that no doubts on Ten Hag. Ten Hag, Bhagwan. He got us a trophy last season, which didn't seem anywhere near the season
Yeah.
before, man. Like if that was a shit, if that wasn't a shit show, then kya hi bole. But Kamil, bye, welcome, welcome. He says, "How are you, brothers? We're doing well. We're doing well."
Fellaini the goat is great. Vishal just said Fellaini the goat, the biggest one ever, dude. Him and Bentner number one ever.
Absolutely. And Moses sir puts up a great point here. He says the quality of the players had started decreasing under SAF2, and he's referring to the SAF into Glazer's era, wherein we made some signings like Butner. So it was God Himself who was managing us. So everything looked better. Everything looked just a tad better under him. As soon as
No,
that God,
we won the league with Chicharito as our main striker for 4.5 months because everyone else
yeah,
was injured. So Salix was made of a different mojo. Again, man, you're killing it on the chats. Fantastic point, and I do agree with you. Our quality in the last 2 seasons under Salix deteriorated, but that man was a magician. He would. I'm sure you're going to get into the Sancho bit, but just to jump to that topic, bro, if this happened under Sir Alex, he would never wear a United shirt again. If this happened right now under Pep Guardiola, under Klopp, bro, Jack Grealish, one of the most expensive midfielders, spent a lot of last season, not most of, and last to last season, rather, on the bench. I never saw a press release ever. David Beckham had a boot thrown at his face. He had a fallout. You never heard him accuse Sir Alex of anything. This is just it's ridiculous how players are given this amount of power only at Manchester United, and it's ridiculous.
it is, and player power has been like if you could pinpoint like 4 5, of course the Glazers would be there, the poor management and everything that comes along with it would be there. But if you had to demarcate those 3 4 apart from that, player power would be at the top. There's that
Yeah,
obviously the obvious example of Pogba, Mourinho, very obvious
yeah,
example. But you know what, if right now if we do jump into that Sancho wala bit, so to make things clear, it's Manchester United, of course, that we are talking about, and paper sells. Newspaper agencies, they want to sell it off like anything. Anything,
yeah,
itna hua scale, if it's United, they're gonna sell off shit. So remember
yeah,
that what Ten Hag actually said, he said a decent amount, but that wasn't anywhere near to what they are quoting and what it's
yeah,
being implemented at the level. He basically said, why wasn't Sancho here? Well, we have a great squad, we have quality players, and you need to be at the top notch, at the top quality every day, even in training. And players were ahead of him. That is all he said. I don't think it was fair enough for Sancho to come out and then put out a statement like that. Um, Rather, we had Garnacho, who didn't feature in the first five friendlies these preseason. He was late and stuff in that tour. We had Rashford, who gave the best answer after he was dropped. He scored a winner against Wolves for getting, I guess, 45 seconds late to a meeting or something like that. So because he slept
Yeah.
in. So I mean, that's the response you give, not the response which he gave. And also, if I could just add in there, I just saw a 3.5 minute long clip of Mourinho absolutely just verbally ending the career of Luke Shaw. He literally said he played well
Yeah.
today, but it's
Yeah.
his body, my brain. He can't play. We have Marcos Rojo, we have Matteo Darmian, we have Ashley Young, who's ahead of Luke Shaw. And guess what? Luke Shaw was 21 at that time. He wasn't the mature Luke Shaw is right now. So it also
Yeah.
depends how the player is. How do you see it? The floor is yours, man.
Damn. Let me frame this correctly because it is a very pertinent point of just how bro, it's just I think it started off just after Sir Alex. David Moyes did not have the dressing room, and that's how the entire thing of the dressing room can overpower the manager. And every manager after that has had some sort of a coup. And today, when you see a Mourinho's interview from back in the day and saying coming second or second with that Manchester United team is the biggest achievement of my career. And now you realize that all of these players who are coming up and doing this, dude, Rashford was like you said, less than a minute late. You never heard him say shit. He's a true servant to the club. He also veered off in the middle with his charities and whatnot, which is fine, but he forgot that football was. He came back and did what he does best. Exactly, dude. Like you said, that's what he did. A Jadon Sancho, everything in that statement that he gave out is fine till he said, I'm being called a scapegoat. You cannot say anything against the manager. Period. You say, I'm putting in my efforts and I'm surrounded by a bunch of great players. I will fight back. I'll be like, good for you, man. Ten Hag did not choose the amount we paid for him, but we got someone extremely overpriced. Had a horrible performance. If you remember, 3 months he was sent to the Netherlands last year. Was it the Netherlands? I think it was the Netherlands, right? Which is extra cost for United on top of paying his wages, which is exorbitant. The manager had faith in you, is giving you chance after chance. And I heard Ben Foster today on a podcast saying the things he said, I'm giving it my all, is the least you have to do. Apart from
Exactly.
that, it's your agility, it's your mentality, it's your training, it's your skill. And it is completely up to the manager to say, all right, the lad's not up to the mark today. He won't make it. And he doesn't want to keep four wingers on the substitute roster. He can't. Right?
Yeah.
So he's like, there's Garnacho, there's Anthony. Dude, they're playing very well. You have Rashi, who are not going to take off. No. And Pelistri. So just suck it up, Buttercup, and come back strong and prove us wrong with your performance rather than coming out with a statement literally half an hour after a manager has said something. You look like the fool yourself. And there's something else that Foster said today that if you are not happy with the manager, whoever, and you come out and say shit like this, even if you're looking to leave the club, who'll buy you? Because you just come with a tarnished reputation of being a bad boy who doesn't listen to the manager, who won't. Why will a big team want to buy you?
No, absolutely, absolutely. And with the negative that I covered about the English media, I'm pretty surprised that this time the English media is actually circulating something which doesn't point blank attack the manager, which is there are sort of these all of these stories of all kinds coming out of Sancho, even in the England under 19 at the Dortmund level, wherein he was
Yeah,
late, he was
yeah,
not up to the standard and stuff, and he was fined and he was pushed out for a couple of weeks here and there. So the guy has does have a bit of a history of that. But that being said, to be honest, hand on my heart, I think people are overreacting, and all of
yeah.
these newspapers are overreacting. It doesn't over for no. It like of course, if Sir Alex had been there, gone, khatam, tata, bye bye, nil nada. Yup, the Undertaker would have been here to guide him to his career's grave, man. You know what? But he's not here, and as much as it sucks, that's modern football. Probably, you know what, brother, उनके पास 2 हफ्ते हैं, they have 2 weeks, maybe they'll go in, they'll have a handshake, maybe he'll say sorry, sorry, sorry. And if he does that, he has 2 weeks. A lot of people have gone, Garnachos, the Rashfords of this world have gone to represent their country. He puts a shift in every day for the next 14 days. he has a sniff at least on the bench against Brighton.
Hmm. Well, first of all, the fact it's the biggest slap on your face if you're not being picked for a squad where the manager is picking Maguire. If that is the kind of manager Gareth Southgate is, and you're still not getting a spot, it's. I mean, you need to come in with a performance. I, for one, will not be content. Again, I don't know if it'll happen. Is he needs to publicly come out and apologize and say, I have let my team down. I should have not done that till then. Because what kind of example is this setting? That I say shit about my manager, right? And then 2 weeks later, I'm playing in the first team. So it's not going to send out the right. And we have a lot of youngsters in our team, man. We have Pellistri, we have Garnacho, all these really young kids. What are they going to think looking at this? That dude, if you're a drama queen, I'm putting in a shift every week, and Sancho still doing all of this tantrum, nautanki, still playing ahead of us. Let's just start doing this as well. I mean, it could happen, couldn't it?
But I mean, exactly. Like, you know what? With the track record, at least at Manchester, if we isolate it to Manchester United, like what Ten Hag has had, Ronaldo, we forgot Ronaldo. Like, people still don't realize Ronaldo was last season. ऐसा
Yeah,
लगता ही नहीं. It feels like, Ten Hag has been here for like 3-4 years, and Ronaldo happened in his first year, 3-4 years back. It happened last season, guys. Lost
yeah,
game. We didn't have any playing style, no players. We had Ronaldo, probably the greatest ever, just walk off after we won 3-0 against Tottenham, if I'm not wrong. That happened.
yeah,
He literally did that. So I think, trust the manager. Tum andvishwas, be that andbhakt for a Ten Hag right now. Just give him the trust. Let him feel the love from you fans, and guess what? He will repay that. You can see in the way he
yeah,
speaks, brother. You can see in the way he speaks. He wants to succeed here. Like, he doesn't say for no reason that eras do come to an end. So you know what? He means
yeah.
that. He means business, right? Let's take the chat here. Mojo sir thinks it's over. It's over for Jaden. Let's see about that. Right. Gaurav says he's more worried right now about the midfield thingy. All right, he's excited about that. So Amrabat, Bruno, Casemiro will of course touch on that as well, brother. He continues and says, "If I would be playing Football Manager, no way I will keep Maguire Evans, brother. You'd be playing five-a-side, immature level against your best friends in your gully. You won't keep Maguire and Evans as a CB partnership."
Bro, I would not trust Maguire to do a one-on-one with my grandmom, right? Bro, no chance. Hell no.
Yeah, man. Uh, trust the manager, Mojo sir says, is a thing. Trust the manager, sort of a thing, will not even be a point of discussion at City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Yup, absolutely. It's like, as Jaden said, I practice, I give my best every day. Like that, it's the bare minimum at these clubs. Hence why they are where they are right
Yeah,
now. Um,
yeah,
did you read the news about Anthony? Kamil Bhai says, yeah, I mean, you know
yeah.
what? जब as they say, जब भगवान देता है छप्पड़ फाड़ के देता है, and you could probably reciprocate it and say जब लेता है तब छप्पड़ फाड़ के लेता है, because I mean, you know what, I saw that Oppenheimer meme, brother, wherein he's like this, Killian Murphy, and he's like, it's hard being a United fan. You lose, you have no playing style, you don't get the signings, Højlund, injuries, and then you see all of these news. So what do you make what do you make all of that like?
I mean, bro, Anthony, I don't think it's worth discussing. It's a personal problem. It's shit that is above and beyond our reach. We don't know what it is. So there's, I mean, I don't see the point in commenting on it. I think as fans, we really shouldn't be caring about all of this shit until it's proven, right? All of this could be nothing. It could be something. If it is something, there's no place. Forget football anywhere for that kind of misbehavior, or it's actually way worse than misbehavior. So again, but till there is a little bit of concrete evidence or news, it's conjecture and stuff that we as fans should sort of stay away from.
And we as fans, let's try to just shush this matter for now. Let the judicial sort of thingy do its thing,
Yeah,
and then you're very right to have an opinion on whatever comes out
true.
after that. But Mojo sir takes it to an extent and says, "My grand passed away 20 years ago. I still wouldn't trust those two." With, I mean,
100%, dude. Bless her spirit, but she'd probably take Maguire in a one-on-one for sure.
if
100%.
it's the last wish, man. Nah, let's end that. Let's end that. But let's discuss 10 billion false news. Us to shake, man. Let's shake that news off. Let's shake
Let's take
that
it off.
news off.
Let's take it off.
You know,
I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true. Genuinely, I feel the British press. I think this came out. I forget the name of the tabloid. That is known to be very close to the Glazer family. Uh, and this is come from Mark Goldbridge, who has one of the best United podcasts. Period. So I would trust him. And he said he doesn't believe that this news is true because purely because the Glazers don't give a shit about Manchester United. They give a shit about money. They treat it like a business. They've not put a penny of their own, apparently, into the business. So why would they want all of these? They'd want to get rid of it as soon as possible. Are they being greedy? Yes. But I mean, look, the businessmen. At the end of the day, we are the collateral damage. They are treating it like a business. Now there's a Club World Cup coming up in the next 2 years, and there's a World Cup happening in US in the US. So they'll hope that that time football becomes massive on this side of the pond, and some British or some American billionaire rather gets excited, which is the discussion even yesterday. It's not going to get better till the Glazers don't sell, and I still believe that they will want to sell because 10 billion is ridiculous. They started with five, it went up to six, seven, and that's gone up to 10. I mean, what are we, dude? We're Manchester United. We haven't won shit in the last 10 years. Couple of trophies here and there that we used to make fun of a decade ago. Bro, we used to be the same fans laughing at the Europa 15 years
yup,
ago.
yup.
Carabao Cup was fair. And again, I mean, I'm not proud of that sort of behavior, but we were that spoiled. We were that bloody spoiled with just the brilliance, talent, managerial phenomenon that Sir Alex was. Everything, our fans, lack of these issues, and oh my God, this is happening here, domestic violence there. It was just, I mean, there was drama, but it was a great fucking football club.
It was, and as they say, if there's one man at helm and everyone respects him or her, life sorted. Life's Adi life solved. If you have that level of transparency and respect for someone who you really
Yeah.
think deserves to be there, and you have that sort of, you look up to them. Right. Moses sir says, Maguire reminds me of an old Indian Railways engine shunting before it has to start pulling a train, and then the train leaves without him. Right. I mean, kafi roast kar diya ne Maguire ko here. But now,
That's true, man. It's ridiculous that coming back to the player power thing you said. I
yeah,
mean, how, dude? They terminated Hazard's contract like it was a piece of paper, right? I mean, this shows that the players again have so much power that they're not being able to be offloaded, and they are rejecting clubs left, right, and center. If it was the other way around, right? And I put Donny van de Beek, everyone in this same compartment
absolutely.
because they are rejecting clubs, which means you get stuck on the bench for one more season, which means your value gets even lower. How are you not thinking this through as someone who's just a host by profession? I'm seeing through. I'm sure there are other elements, like they might be happy with the wages they're earning here without doing anything, but that just shows me a lack of ambition, which is even scarier for our future.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's a domino effect. It's
Yeah.
it's shit management to begin with, not recognizing the players, giving them these huge ass wages, and then obviously, you know what? If I'm Maguire, I see well how my career is going. I'm not gonna get a contract as big as this, so might as well take the last payout. So I mean, that's what
that might be that might be the worst impression of Harry Maguire I have heard in my entire life. Thank you. I needed that, bro. I needed a smile. Thank you, Antariksh. I love it.
Harry Maguire, the Antariksh version on YouTube near you.
That was amazing. Guys, please in the comments give Antariksh a big shout out for the best first impression of Harry Maguire, dude. Come on.
I mean, it was Harry Kane, Harry Maguire, Ishant Sharma all rolled into one.
Oh yeah, Ishant Sharma, that was the one. Ishant Sharma for sure.
Yep, yep. Right, sell Sancho. And we have Ahmad, Facundo, and very talented players who can give us a performance if they get a chance. Fair
Yeah,
enough, fair enough. Sancho pay, there are a lot of differing opinions. Some believe maybe it's ज़्यादा बढ़ाया जा रहा है to what it is. Maybe some people
yeah.
saying just cut him off from here. Some people saying maybe it'll die down and stuff. But if we come now, if we take a breath, come on, Chinmay. Sofian Amrabat.
There we go. There we go.
Let the blood flow. Let the oxygen in. Let the oxygen
Rasmus,
in.
Hoyland. There we go. Okay, okay. I'm better.
Yup,
Thank you.
we feel a bit better. We feel a bit better here.
Yeah,
So right.
yeah,
So let's go into this. So Rasmus Højlund, but more
yeah,
more more into the focus. Sofian Amrabat, 10 million loan deal. Let's forget that. 20 million and plus five
yeah,
as an add-on. So 35 ka package to Sofian Amrabat. We got the player we wanted. 74 days late, he say, but we got him at the end. So
yeah,
how
yeah.
do you think of it? What do you think of him? How do you rate him?
Bro, super excited. I had the pleasure and honor of hosting the World Cup, and I remember it was with the best, bro. I was in the studio with Robert Perez, Sol Campbell, Wayne Rooney, Gilberto Silva, Luis Figo, and I'm not saying this just to show off, maybe a little bit, but we remember Morocco's, yeah, 100%. When he was talked about a lot then, and I hadn't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry for my ignorance. I hadn't seen much of him then, and the fact that even what the club is going through right now, if a player is going on strike, and let me say, I don't condone any player going on strike, whether it was Anthony doing it at Ajax or what Amrabat did. It just shows me that this guy is willing to let it all go for your club. He is proud of the badge, which I wish a lot of players get to see and learn from. As a player, in England, I'm not sure. I do know from whatever I've seen. Again, I saw a lot of his highlights, and when his name started popping up, he's tenacious. He goes in for those tackles. He's ballsy. So if we are away at Anfield, right? If you're away at say even the Emirates for that matter, which is not going to happen with him anymore, he would have been, bro. He would have been shutting players down. That midfield that was all over us, it would have been phenomenal. So I'm excited. I'm super excited about him. But again, he could be a massive hit. He could be a flop. But the manager likes him. He loves the club. So I'm going to get on back behind him, dude. I'd rather have an average player who's willing to give it all for United than a celebrity superstar who's all about the selfies and the Instagram reels, but isn't performing. So I'd rather have a Sofian any day of the week.
Absolutely. Divas of this world, maaf karo. We don't want you no more, man. We've
Mm-hmm.
had we've had enough of you guys. But nah,
Yeah.
you know what? Manish does raise a decent question, and to be honest, brother, I was talking about this as well. I had heard of his brother who was playing at Watford, not in Amrabat, but I had heard of Sofian Amrabat before the World Cup, and not much even after the World Cup, to be honest. Like after the World Cup, he plays for Fiorentina. It's not the biggest. It's a rich and full of tradition wala club in Italy. But you know, when you see the European greats and how money has taken over, it's not the most talked about. But still, we didn't see many of those quote unquote great performances, those highlights, or those snippets of Amrabat. So, do you think because Ten Hag wanted him so bad, हम थोड़ा नदी के साथ बह गए and we were like a part of the flow कि no, let's get him.
No, man. I'll ask you the same question. I said he plays for Fiorentina. I'm just saying Fiorentina ko chhod do. How
Yeah,
much did we know about the in-depth analysis of how Juventus is doing, how Inter Milan is doing, how AC Milan is doing? It's Serie A. I mean, I'm not going to be an asshole and call it a farmers league. It's not. It's a
yeah,
top league of the planet of Europe, especially, but we don't follow it, man. And at least I don't. Again, I'm not proud of my ignorance, but it's a league that doesn't interest me at all, except like when Ronaldo went for a few seasons. You know what's happening, mota. So if
yeah,
you haven't heard about him, it's because you haven't heard about anyone else in Serie A. So
yeah.
I don't want to take that as a benchmark to rate Sofian. And like I said, our manager has made some great buys, some buys that have been shoved down his throat. Like I think Anthony was his buy. He clearly doesn't trust the recruitment process at United. It's
Yeah.
very evident from what he's doing. Which is why all the fans and whoever watches this video, if you all think that he's only getting players he's played with, is because why not? He's not getting the other players that are being shoved down his throat. He's not happy with, who are not performing. So why not do that? So no, I don't think Sofian is being overhyped. Is he guaranteed success? Hell no, nothing is guaranteed except life, death, and taxes, bro. But I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And as you said, one thing which is maybe guaranteed with life, death, and taxes is Amrabat being a no-nonsense player. You know, he
Yeah,
might, he might, he might again fuck up a game. He might actually lose it because of his aggression. But that
yeah,
aggression part would always be there. You know, you just see in his stride the way he conducts himself on the pitch. He has that bald head for the past whatever times I've seen him. He doesn't care about anything. He gets on with the job. He was like Morocco ka beta for those one like he pulse of the whole nation. So you mean I mean that probably gives you a positive sign that B when the biggest stage arrives, he is the clutch you want. So
Yeah.
I mean good sign. Mutusa comes back and says, I believe the reason why we seem tired and unfit is because of the useless preseason, traveling every second day for one game. It's stupid planning after an exhausted last season. We will get to that. We will get to that as well. I have some
Super
opinions.
point though. That's very true. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. I'd love to.
We will. We surely will. But yeah, so just if I could sort of have your favorite three going into after the international break, what do you think? Midfield, would you have the usual Casemiro, Amrabat, and Bruno as everyone says, or would you like to shuffle things? Opposition देख के क्या, like what are your thoughts?
Exactly what you said, man. Exactly what you said. I would not, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We've got a lot of other gaping holes that we need to take care of right now. If you've invested in these players who are, I would say, I haven't seen Amrabat playing in the United shirt. No one has. But Bruno is exactly what United need right now. The sort of aggression, the sort of leader. You see him jumping in, flaring, putting his hands up. He's very Roy Keane-esque, and you need one of those in the dressing room because I'm going to jump back and say Ronaldo uh, years ago had I don't remember, it was a mid table team where he was substituted off because Alex was saving him for the Champions League in the coming days, and he did one of these. And Rio Ferdinand, a lot of the seniors, Giggs, Colsey have gone, ran up to him, pushed him against the wall, and said, "Dude, you do not fucking do that to the manager." And he came out and publicly apologized. So that is the sort of no nonsense kind of players we need in the team right now. So I think the midfield is pretty sorted. I would hope Ten Hag does what you just said.
Lot how old school football. Lot how where have you gone, my friend? Where have you gone, man? But just before I jump in about your thoughts of Rasmus Oilund and his performance last game yesterday, but आपसे एक question पूछा गया है by Gaurav the Scout. Bro, you're the scout. Why are you asking this freaking question? I'd
Yeah.
sack you for it. But no, Chinmay, you saw the whole squad. Now, what are the signings that you'd want and for what positions? Go on.
100% Gaurav, we need a centre back, man. That is priority because our players, it's not even been half an hour into the season and we're losing players to injury like flies. And we cannot have Evans and Maguire ever playing at Manchester United as our centre back. So on a priority basis, yesterday we need a centre back. And the second priority for me, and this is my personal opinion, is we need a striker that Hoyland can sort of be. You cannot put all the pressure of being a Manchester United player's only top striker on a 20-year-old. So for me, it's centre back and definitely an out and out striker.
नन्हे underdeveloped shoulders हैं अभी 20 साल के Hoylund के.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, you don't put that pressure, man. But any sort of like you said center back, you said backup. Any sort of particular names you have in mind?
Man, I honestly, Antariksh, it's been like a month since I've been doing that on a daily basis. I don't want to fuck my head over who we can get when the Glazers do nothing but disappoint me. So I'm not touching that question at all. No, because it's just going to build up beautiful stories in my head and it's just going to end up just disappointing me. So for now,
See, there you go. There you go. That's how you choose your mental health, lads. A strong supporter, a great supporter, one of our own, but mental health bhi dekhna padega aap log ko. So that's that. That's that. So yeah, now I'll straight away jump into our young strikers' performance. I mean, Rasmus Costa, Rasmus Giroud. क्या बोलोगे? Like he was physical, man. He was Gabriel Magalhaes को एक चाटा मार दिया. I mean, like you're 20, man. Your debut.
bro,
You're like to the tall centre back that Gabriel is. What did you make of his electric, powerful start?
Bro, again, exactly what you said, the way you said with your energy right now. I was, bro. He's one of the very few players who I loved, enjoyed watching yesterday. There was one run that he made to the right where he did a step over, took the ball through his leg, and just with one little shoulder shrug, uh,
Yeah.
was it Saliba? I might be wrong. I don't know which defender he took out. Well,
It was
like,
Saliba. It was Saliba.
but it is ridiculous how much confidence this kid had yesterday, and he's a left leg striker, which I love. It's a personal thing that I enjoy. For the English game, a lot of people were asking, is he fit for the English game? Is he good for the English game? Yes, because he's one of those physical strikers who likes to get into the box. There were some great numbers he had for Atlanta last season about shots from the box. I think it was second or third highest in the Serie A, and he barely played 20 games. A lot of chances won, a lot of passes. So I'm really excited to see him. I'm super pumped.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like he just again he made us dream, last night
He
by
did.
by by his
He did.
little cameo, and it made us sort of believe, कि यार ये stress fracture ना हुआ था, so we would have avoided some stress that we had for the
Yeah, that's
past
true.
2 3 weeks. But now, right, Moses says, Regulon says he used to play FIFA as Manchester United. Someone tell him coming to United is because United signed players as if it were FIFA manager altogether. Right.
That's
I think
true.
we need
Yeah.
centre backs, says Mojo sir. If he gets sold, Oshiman and Todibo are his picks. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Every fan, Kamal Bhai says, every fan, every pundit tells United needs centre back, but Glazers are like, Harry hai na. Harry hai, to mumkin hai. Harry hai,
And,
mumkin hai. But now, if we jump out of that and we talk about the post the international break,
oh damn,
maybe
bro! 1 second. I fully my battery's on 3%. Let me quickly get a charger before we die out.
go on, go
Guys,
on, go on.
just keep your questions to Antrix till then, and watch me leave.
Hit me up, hit me up. Green and gold, there you go. The best way to maybe leave. But nah, anyways. So as I was saying, when brother is back, we'll talk about the fact that
Brothers back, brothers back, brothers back.
brothers back. There you go. So as I was saying, I mean to round off the season, not really round off, but like आपका एक preview or what are your expectations out of the season? How one on what parameters? And it's very important to be honest, Chinmay. On what parameters would you judge Ten Hag? Because you know what, I don't like the fact you win a game against Luton or you win a game against Macclesfield Town in Carabao Cup and you reach the final, or in the FA Cup you reach the final and that's how you're judged or you get a trophy. I think the only trophies that you should be rarely judged on in the long term are the two main trophies, which is Premier League and Champions League. Uske alawa, let's judge him on the style of play, on the attitude he has, on the
Yeah.
position he finishes in the table, and of course the whole sort of I'm not expecting him anywhere to land a trophy, the two big trophies, but I don't like it's like this. It's like this. Let me get this straight. Suppose agar hum Europa League mein hote, we would have had a much better chance of landing a European trophy. Also, then he
Yeah.
would have been a success if he won the Europa League. So that's not right, right? So that's what I'm saying. What are your parameters of judging him, and how do you see this season panning out?
One word, bro. That answer is one word. Is I honestly just want consistency. I'm tired of watching three average games, one banging game, and then one draw, and then two losses again. It's it's not us. So even if we end up, I'm saying worst case scenario, right? If we end up this season on fourth, or oh my god, if it's fifth, and maybe an FA Cup final, don't go trophyless, but there is consistent football throughout the season. I'm not seeing tension in the dressing room. I'm not seeing, then I know the building process has properly started, because this is not football of old where you suddenly have a club that comes up and then disappears and then comes down. There is some sort of, yeah, there belts and phases that come up and down, but I just want consistency, because the moment that starts, the confidence in the players improve. They know their job at hand, and that for me is priority this season. I think Ten Hag overachieving last year put the Glazers in a little bit of comfort. They thought, "Chal, these miracles will
Exactly.
keep happening." We need as fans to realize that Ten Hag did a miracle last season. We
Absolutely.
played the most number of games in Europe compared to any other club, guys, which means our players are tired. And then we had a shit show of, I don't know how many games we played in preseason, but All the other teams play, I think, two or three lesser games. Two squads go to two different places, so not even a belt of player. I mean, a band of players getting a rest is. So I just want consistency. That's all. That's all I want from this season.
Yeah, yeah, consistency, because we've consistently been inconsistent. So I mean,
True.
that's been that. But yeah, as you really touched on that thing, there was a comment, I just can't find it right now. Oh, all right, I've mistakenly selected this, but there you go. Battery power is United power. But now, so
Mojo killing it.
एक एक comment आया था. It said, a very shit sort of thing at planning, because we played like a million preseason games, and now we don't seem to be able to walk two steps. And we look at Casemiro. I mean, cheers to him for playing the role that he is, the lone CDM role at the age at what he is. But he really does look like he, doesn't he? So I mean, like, did you think, like, हमें इतने games, so many preseason, do you think it was really necessary?
No, and it's showing, man. It could just be two things. Either a lot of the players have come back unfit, which I don't see because they're not looking podgy or fat or hazardish, for a lack of a better term. Had to go there, but or it's just they're overworked, man. Like there was some stat about Bruno, the number of games he played last season. He's still looking good though, thankfully. But Van Bissaka looked tired yesterday, bro. Van Bissaka looked exhausted. He pulled in the shift. Our uh, our midfield is starting to look tired. Casemiro is looking tired, and this is just the start of the season. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I do feel a lot of it is to do with the fact that we were overplayed in preseason for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And the international break comes at the right time for us, you feel?
With the way Lissandro hobbled off yesterday, with Varane injured, with Luke Shaw injured, it's good recovery time because it just brings down the world to our bad
Yeah.
level right now because no one else is playing also. We're playing
Lindelof
Brighton
was
next, man.
limping. It was United stand who put out a video, and Lindelof was limping, and he was on some sort of support. So
So
I mean, who's
apparently, though, Lisandro's left for his international duties without any leg support, so that's a good sign.
yeah,
But
yeah,
again, man, McTominay for me is not even exciting because he's a player our manager didn't want in the first place. So whether even if he plays, it's a oh okay, right? And we unfortunately that's the thing, we don't have any depth in our squad for a team that's chasing how many ever trophies, is planning for a long season. What
yeah.
depth do you have, Antariksh? What depth?
Depth, वो क्या होता
What
है?
is that, bro? This much.
Yeah. Right. Kamal asks a very straightforward question, but a question that कौन आंसर करे? Why did Man United not pay the release clause for Kim? भाई क्या बोले? क्या बोले?
Kamil, I I would ask the same question if you were hosting and I was sitting at home, bro. I want to know. I really do. It's ridiculous how players like Kim, Pavard, Rabiot, all of these guys who were much better. I'm not saying they're top rate players, but they're much better than a lot of the players that we ended up getting. Beats me, bro. I don't know. You'll have to ask Richard Arnold and like I said, John Murdoch, and just keep spamming them saying, "Who, what are you guys doing?"
What do you guys do? Uh, Mojo Soras, there was a club week country discussion a few seasons ago with our fitness levels. EDH should hold back players from international duty. As far as I resonate with that point, sir, आपको really लगता है ये यहाँ पर नाचने लग जाते हैं half an hour after we've been humbled against Arsenal कि I was good, I was good. मैं तो scapegoat हूँ, मैं तो scapegoat हूँ. So you're really gonna tell those players, you know what? We're paying you for this. Just hold back. You're not going to play for your country. They'll wave the finger, and yeah, you can go off at any time, man. But anyways, anyways, man. Right. So if I now sort of before the ending and the closing statement, we give it a personal sort of एक सवाल है आपसे. Because I love to ask anyone new United fan that I talk to. So man, new as in आप नहीं हो, आप तो बहुत पुराने. Yeah. So. आपका फेवरेट प्लेयर ऑल टाइम एवर यूनाइटेड नंबर वन. नंबर टू, करंट स्क्वाड का फेवरेट प्लेयर. नंबर थ्री, योर फेवरेट गोल एवर, वेदर यू वॉच्ड इट लाइव और यू डिडंट. एंड नंबर फोर, योर फेवरेट गेम सब यूनाइटेड के रिस्पेक्ट में. सो या गो.
Okay. Great question, man. Well, that's Okay. Favorite player of all time? Uh, I'm not going to say just purely based on skill because this human being is the reason I started watching football, and it's David Beckham. It's I had when I started watching football, I used to support 3 or 4 clubs because at that time I used to have a Liverpool jersey, I used to have a Chelsea jersey, I used to have a Christian Vieri Inter Milan jersey. Yeah. There are actually pictures of me somewhere on the internet in a Liverpool kit, and it keeps coming up here and there. So yeah, but I'm not afraid. I love the game, and I started as a football player first, and then I started following any club that excited me, and it was just that man David Beckham's half line goal,
Ah,
and I was like, this is my club, this is my team, and that was it. And then the rest is chemistry, bro. It's just straight up 99 happened, and I was like hooked. Uh, Best player from the current and best footballer I've seen at United is I'm just. It's a tough call between Rooney and Ronaldo because it's ridiculous how much I love them both. Just because I have emulated this player the most, I'm going to say Ronaldo is my favorite ever footballer that United have had. Best player from the current squad, I mean, hands down, no arguments. Just if you're got any other answer, you're wrong. It's Bruno Fernandes. He is
yes.
my captain.
Yup.
Jazba, passion, power. He is holding that United flag alone.
Absolutely.
Bro, my favorite game, and everyone will think it's the Champions League final, like Luzhniki or 99. It's none of those. It's one of my best friends. We had lost or we had drawn to Roma. It was 1-1. And
Uh-huh.
then and then they came to Old Trafford. This was the quarterfinals of the
Mhm.
Champions League, and we had to beat them by 3 goals to qualify, or by 2 goals, I don't remember. And I remember calling my friend saying, "Bro, I will only call you after the fifth goal." And he laughed and he hung up, and we scored more. So, uh, Roma United at Old Trafford. I remember Smith scored a great goal in that game. Rooney scored, Ronaldo scored. There was a bunch of, I think he scored 6 or 7, dude, against Roma. That has to be my favorite ever United game. And what was the last one you asked me, buddy?
I lost track of it, but it was
I
the
don't know.
favorite player. It is the favorite player from the
Current
current
player?
one ever. We had a game, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I think यही
That
था.
was it. That was it. Yeah. Okay.
यही था
Did we
यही था.
miss? Mojo, you seem like the wise one in the chat. Did we miss anything, Mojo? Tell us.
Yeah. Go on, go on, go on. Right. Oh, there you go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Mojo Sir says, I was there at Old Trafford for that one. I mean,
7-1.
wow. Woo! 7-1. One
That's
lucky guy, man.
ridiculous. I've the only game I've not the only game I've seen a couple. The last game I saw Manchester United play, I was racially abused, but it's the coolest racial abuse anyone can give anyone. And I remember I was in Wembley. Can't believe I'm saying this. So it was halftime, Community Shield United Chelsea. This is Nani's first ever game for Manchester United, and I remember I was in the bathroom at halftime, and secretly everyone used to go to the bathroom to smoke cigarettes, and at that time I used to smoke cigarettes. So I was in the bathroom smoking, and this guy's banging the door. Oi, mate, get the fuck out, mate, get the fuck. So I've opened with the cigarette stubble, and he's literally turned to his friend. He's like, "Oi, mate, Nani's smoking in the bathroom." And I'm like, "Bro, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it."
I don't know whether to laugh, whether to try not to laugh
I
and
laugh.
stuff.
I laugh. I'm like, damn. If you are getting racially abused, which again I'm not condoning by any form or way, but I mean, I cracked up, dude. I like a good joke. I'm like, dude, yeah.
But there you go, man. See, that is why we love the guy here, man. Look at like vibe dekh rahe ho bande ki. Like, I mean, wow. Like there'll be a very small section of people that'll put out the way, I mean, there you go. Moses sir is in tears as well. So I mean, love you, brother. Wow. I mean, एक वे ऑफ लाइफ दिखाता है कि किस तरीके से यू gotta see it. And ह्यूमर को मरने मत दो, guys. ह्यूमर को मरने मत दो
I
ever.
just
There you go. There you go. Musur, on the core, ETH has a very good sort of quality built up there. Onana, AWB, Dallo, Varane, Shaw, Malacia, Lindelof, Bruno, Casemiro, Rasmus, Anthony, da 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 da. So basically, the entire squad. He's saying the squad in itself is decent quality or maybe good quality, which is fair enough. It's you know what? It's probably the quality depth that we really focus on, that probably like a Man City have. Like हमारा starting 11 Man City के starting 11 से ठीक है, अब Haaland आ गया है and stuff है, so we look at the difference. Defense देखो, I mean they're fair. Do not forget Nathan Aki, Manuel Akanji, ये अभी हमें लग रहे हैं. They weren't the biggest in the world
Yeah,
when they
true,
first
true,
came and
true.
stuff. And even John Stones, he sort of subdued, and now he's like the best ball carrying CDM in the league apparently. So who
Dude,
knows what's
yeah,
going
that was the genius bald man in City. Just give him CPR and his career's back, dude.
Yeah. Right. The scout comes back and says, Chinmay and Rena, any tweet or quote you want to highlight this week regarding Man United? What do you make of it?
Bro, I'll tell you the quote I want to, and it's just funny. I'm so happy you asked that, God of the Scout, because before we did our internet check, I was
Okay.
wearing another T-shirt
Okay.
that I changed because I just didn't feel it, and it's a red full sleeves T-shirt that has Sir Alex's quote of knocking Liverpool off their fucking perch. And just today, I didn't feel we are that team, so I promise you the T-shirt is literally kept here, and I changed to this. I'm like I'm gonna keep this with me instead because this is the vibe right now. It's
This is
it's
the
a
vibe.
bad place to be, but that's all we have, guys. Is football. Literally, there's so many memes about me walking into another 12 months of this bald man taking care of my mental health, and that bald man is literally gone. Yesterday's loss hurt, bro. I'm still not over it. I've been
Good.
grumpy all day. My wife watched the game with me, bro, and I've never seen. She does support United. She does keep up with what's happening, but I could see her pissed off. I was in the washroom.
There you go.
Literally, I had something in my eye because I was sneezing. I went to wash, and that was when the Garnacho goal happened, bro. My wife has yelled like we won the Champions League in 1999, and I ran out and we celebrated. So it's hurt, bro. It's hurt, and that's the quote right now. I want to just remind myself that to keep your heads up and fire in our bellies, but ice in our veins, dude. We just need to show some discipline, some consistency. On paper, Mojo showed us our squad looks good, but it all depends on what those 11 men do on the pitch that day. And right now, they're not showing me enough to love my team.
Absolutely. And there you go. That's the spirit. So now one advice मेरी तरफ से chat को, and then one thing that I need the guy's opinion on. One advice, इस live के खत्म होते ही you would go on YouTube, and this is not advice. This is an order. You would go on to YouTube, you'd search Pop Star by Scuba Chino.
So, so,
Yes, you would. Yes, you freaking would.
so
You'd go out there, you would find some legends out there. I don't know who directed it, brother, but that guy's a genius. The concept
it
of
was
that,
me. I put that together, bro.
yeah, he
I'm a
बोल दिया.
genius. Actually,
मैं
guys,
तो
check it
क्या
out. It's actually a fun video. It's on my. But what I would actually request you guys to do, since it's a United platform, Dekh Lo Popstar. It's a really fun. It was the first time I got in front of the. That was my show reel to show people, and I am where I am today because of literally that reel.
drink,
But
man.
if you go on my Instagram page, which is scuba underscore chino, there is a video. I was traveling very recently. 10 days back. I'm a scuba diver, a lover of the ocean, and I did this dive in this remote island just below the equator, where you get a lot of tiger sharks. And tiger sharks are these 12, 14-foot sharks, which this I wear a tooth that I found. There's a tiger shark tooth. I on that dive, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that's a tiger shark tooth. It was literally in the middle of a feeding frenzy. It was eating tuna, and its tooth fell out, and they never lose teeth. So whatever they lose, they instantly regrow. Anyways, I have taken our Manchester United flag to 108 or 110 feet below God's blue ocean, and with tiger sharks behind me, me and my wife have hoisted that flag. So because the United platform, please, I'm sure at least you guys will enjoy it. So go check it out and show it some love because it is proud. It's probably the proudest United moment I've had. Is I've taken the United flag to the Indian Ocean. I've lehrated it in the Pacific Ocean and in the Atlantic Ocean. So our flag has gone places, bro. It's about time our team does too.
Ah, there you go. But you kind of ruined my thing, man. That is the picture I was gonna be. I was just about to put it out there, but but no way, man. The champion had to say it out himself. Look at that. Look, I mean, just I genuinely couldn't stop staring at the photo because of the magnanimity of it. There's the irony, brother, the irony. They say, I went 10,000 feet above the sky and lehraud it there, as you say.
Down,
I
baby.
went down under, man. That's the vibe. I went down under and lehraud it there. How cool is that?
with
How cool.
with one of the biggest sharks in the world. And I had to just remind the apex predator there that, buddy, on land, the devil will reign supreme. Maybe not now. And yeah, I mean, I swear to you, bro, right now, I have goosebumps. That's the kind of supporter I am, dude. I'm one of those guys who pick fights with random people if they say anything bad about my club. At the same time, when it's a closed environment of just us United supporters, and look, I'm sure you guys welcome any supporters who come in because we like to have frank discussions. But
Yeah.
when it's a closed circuit of just United people, I love it, dude, and it just still gives me goosebumps that I had the honor of taking the red flag and making it fly high, even at more than 100 feet under the ocean.
Brother. I mean, come on, man. What a great, 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 great step. Gaurav, there you go. Of course, of course, of course. We won the flag at Himalayas. अरे ऊपर तो सब जाते भाव, नीचे जाके दिखाओ, नीचे जाके
मेरा
दिखाओ.
भाई मेरा भाई loves trekking. I love scuba diving and slow cheetah. I don't know if he's watching. I know he's outside, but he is the
Slow
best bet
cheetahs
because
outside.
he does. He's my little brother, bro. Slow cheetah is my baby, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
We all live in the same house, the madhouse. This family. He also is a huge. Again, we started watching football together, so he and I are both United fans. He's seen a few more games than I have. He's actually been to Old Trafford. That's one thing that I've still not had the privilege of doing. I've seen United playing, but never at Old Trafford. But yeah, man, it means the world to me that you guys appreciate the fact that it's our club, and whatever I can do to put its name a little more out there.
but Wembley ka bathroom greater than Old Trafford.
Nice, never been in the bathroom, mate.
Never gonna forget that. Never. Love you, brother. Love you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. What, like, एक घंटा चला गया. God damn it, it's been more than that.
Wow,
Yup, man. What a fun time, man. It'll be my honor to host you again, man. What an hour. What 70
more than
minutes of
happy, buddy. Let's do it
any
again soon.
yes, brother. Any sort of last thoughts before we wind this up and go to bed?
I would just want to say nothing about me, but guy, whoever does watch this video, it does take some deal of effort to get this together. So please give this page a lot of love. Do like, follow, share, subscribe to all of them. And if you like what I said, then follow me also. But it does take a lot of effort. We do a little bit of research. We love this club. So if you want to see more of this, let us know in the comments what you guys like, and we'll incorporate it next time.
Absolutely, man. The man has said it. Obviously, we'll pin down the link to his socials there. We'll also have the usual, the YouTube, the WhatsApp group, which is, guys, perpetually active as we've been talking. But again, a great honor, man. Great honor. I like to put out that picture once again for everyone. Screenshot it with our faces out there. Screenshot this one. Wow, man. Like, bhai saab, like I'm just stunned and in awe of you, brother. Yeah, a big thank you, a big thank you, a big good night, and hope to see you soon, man. Hope to see you
Yes,
soon. And everyone,
100%.
keep supporting United as hard as it is. So, me, Antriksh, Chinmay, brother, we sign off and have a great one, man. Have a fantastic one.